Episode 26 is going to be full of speculation, but also just incredibly useful. So we're going to talk about cleaning out your turp jar. So I don't know about you guys, but I hate this job, and I put it off as long as possible. But, oh, there's so much to say. I'm actually really bad about, like, toxic materials in my studio. I'm, as we all know, not very careful. I'm always smoking with stuff on my hands and, just, God, unsafe. But one of the weird things that I do that is safe is I keep the lid on my turp jar closed all the time. If I have any turpentine, or this is odorless mineral spirits, if I have it out at all, it's in a tiny little cup, which you can buy those with covers on them if you're really sensitive. I get spirits headaches faster than I get turpentine headaches. So, I don't know. They say this is safer, but I've read, and I cannot quote the source, and I have no idea, that what makes this really toxic for you is actually not so much the spirits, but the paint that accumulates under the insert. So, I'm extra careful about keeping my lid on, and every once in a while, I'll go through and clean out my jar. It's not fun. I'm cheap, like a lot of painters, and so what happens is, you can't really see it, but, spilling it on myself. The turp, if you haven't used it recently, will separate from the gunk. And the turp is still somewhat clear, so I'm going to keep it and pour it back in there. But you really don't, you just want the gunk that's in the bottom to come out. And a little fun trick is, I don't throw away paintbrushes ever. I do ruin them frequently, but I don't throw them away because I find sometimes I want a stir that I don't want to clean, and so then I throw it away. So, see that? That's fun. It's actually surprisingly pink. I don't know what that's about. So I'm just gonna deposit this all in my trash. I'm choosing to do this today because it's trash day. You're gonna get a lot of gross rags out of this process, unless you have like a slop sink with a, oh, what do they call that, that like restaurant industries have that separate the fat and stuff. So I just have a plastic bag here, and I'm just, oh, I'm so sorry that you can't see the disgustingness that's going down in here, but it's gross. So you gotta get it all out, because this is what's gonna give you the headaches, apparently. And it'll just make for cleaner turp. And who doesn't want cleaner turp? I mean, really, you're cleaning your brushes in dirty turp. So once I get all the goop pretty much out, get in there with a paper towel. Now, we all know about spontaneous combustion, right? So, again, there's somebody out there that knows more about this than me, but it is my understanding that while turpentine is flammable, the thing that we're worried about with spontaneous combustion is actually oil-soaked rags. To my knowledge, a turpentine-soaked rag will not spontaneously combust as easily as an oil-soaked rag. So, work with like one of those metal cans in your studio that has a lid so that it keeps oxygen out. In case you spontaneously combust, then at least it won't have any oxygen to fuel the fire. What I do, because I don't have one of those cans, is I take my rags out to an outside trash can every day. Or if I'm too lazy, especially because up here it snows so much and sometimes I don't want to do that. What I'll sometimes do is, if I have a particularly oil-soaked rag, I'll spread it flat on my desk overnight, and that will apparently reduce the risk of it spontaneously combusting. It's when they're all folded up and the oil layers are on top of each other that you risk spontaneous combustion. But I just don't want to burn my house down, you know? And if you have a rented studio, you really don't want to do that. So I've been using Gamsol forever, but I don't really think there's a huge difference between Gamsol and the other ones that you can buy at the art supply store. I will say that if you are using Gamvar, which a lot of us are, which is Gamblin's varnish, it is only removable with Gamsol. There's some kind of very specific chemical reaction that has to go on. A lot of people fill their turp jars like all the way up. Not me. No. Not even halfway. I don't use it that much. It evaporates. I don't know. I just feel like it's more I'm gonna like get dirty and then have to go through this again, and you saw me pour like half of the stuff in there. The cats are not into the smell. They come close to the trash and they're like, gotta go. So, yeah, that was a little more utilitarian, and the speculation that I referred to was, again, I'm not sure about what actually causes spontaneous combustion, so just be careful. And I'm also not sure that the accumulated paint in the bottom of the can is what makes you sick, but I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I'm just gonna keep... I also invented this today. This is sick. This is just my desk drawer. And then I put some tacks in it, and it holds it up, and it's like I got a table easel. So it makes for working on the gold leaf a little easier. There's a lot of gold on this painting. Anyway, see you tomorrow.